A few days ago we heard the voice and remarkable recall of John Quilliam, always approachable, always willing to explain. When he died, the island's first chief minister, Sir Miles Walker, stood to give a eulogy to someone he regarded as a much-loved friend.
While we are thinking of his family, it is right that we should reflect on his long partnership with his beloved Jocelyn, whom he married before the start of the last war and with whom he celebrated his golden wedding. His devotion to her was, for me, typified by his care and attention during the last few years when she was far from well. Life must have been pretty difficult for them both, but I never heard him grumble or complain. And in the last few months together, nothing would give John greater pleasure than, with some difficulty I have to say, getting Mrs. Quilliam into their car, going for a drive through their beloved island countryside, enjoying ice cream or other simple pleasures before returning home. And it has to be said, at about 20 miles an hour, driving in the middle of the road with a great queue of traffic coming behind. I'm told that John and Mrs. Quilliam built their first house at the bottom of Ballacalawi, and he told me on a number of occasions of his labour of love digging the trench all the way up from the crossroads to the house, with a spade, of course, in those days, to lay the services, and his pride and joy of living in a house with mains water and mains electricity. I suppose a job was a job in those days, and John had a number of them, starting as a shepherd boy in Serby, and incidentally one of the founder members of the Serby band, working on various farms, and then moving north to build the runways at the Andreas and Jervey airfields. Not quite single-handed, but almost. On the way through that multitude of jobs, collecting a number of skills which he never forgot. Round about 1946, the family left Ballacalawi to take over and run Newlyn, a boarding house on Port St Mary Promenade. And so began a new chapter in their life, and that is where my personal recollections of John begin. Me, the milk boy, he, the boarding house proprietor and a good customer. He always came to the top of the steps when he wanted something extra to save me a second journey through to the kitchen, and on regular occasions provided my father and I with a warm drink on cold days in that comfortable kitchen.